Beaming to you live from the Astronet Radio Studios, deep in the heart of Texas.
Innerstanding with Paul Bibeau,
Your awakening guide through the human experiment matrix. Welcome. My name is Paul Bibeau, and welcome to Innerstanding with Paul Bibeau. I'll be your guide through the human experiment matrix. We are consciousness expanding radio here, and tonight I've got with me Mr. George Jones.
Hello.
And Miss Amy Campbell, or
Hi.
Mrs. Amy Campbell.
Just Miss.
You didn't hear that, everybody.
This place is really kind of crazy.
I think we brought some ghosts back.
I think we did.
The ghost in the machines. Tonight we're doing our 7th episode. This is part 2 of our paranormal investigations up in really the tip top of Kentucky, right around the other side of the Licking River from Cincinnati. We went to Bobby Mackey's place, and then we had just a ridiculously cool experience in Louisville at Waverly Hills Sanatorium. So let's wait. Now, I'm not going to do any news tonight or anything else because we got so much to discuss. Let's talk about Bobby Mackey's first and foremost. So, impressions, everybody. What were your thoughts on Bobby Mackey and the trip up and how things went?
I loved it. We were fortunate to go the Saturday night before the investigation, and we got to meet Mr. Bobby Mackey himself and hear him tell us about Carl. And he was just the nicest. It was a great experience.
And having grown up listening to country music, it was literally like being in the room with a legend, you know? It was amazing seeing him, and he was so friendly and just welcomed us right into his private quarters and was telling us, hey, you know, y'all came from Texas and good to meet you, George Jones, and all that stuff, you know? And
it's funny because he invited you guys in his personal, like his green room, and he had a big poster signed from George Jones.
Exactly. He pointed that out.
You know, that a little interesting coincidence. There are no coincidences, but I thought that was cool.
Yeah, meeting him was really the highlight of that trip, and we asked him if he would perform Johanna for us on stage, and he said, of course. And so sure enough, he got up on stage, introduced us in front of everybody that was there, said he's playing this song for us, and then later on he played a George Jones song for me, and I felt welcomed. It was great, you know.
That's fantastic. And how about you? I mean, how did you feel about the show? And
I loved it. I'm not a country music fan, but I still loved seeing him live, and the fact that he sang that song for us, because I do like that song because it's so tied into the ghost stories there at Bobby Mackey's. And it was, and someone later told me that he does not play that song every weekend.
Wow.
So he did it for us.
He did it for us, and we got to talk to, I got to talk to the band afterward. The girls were snooping around getting information, and I was chit-chatting with the band and got to know those guys, and they were all just as friendly as could be. And, you know, I want to bring them down here for a show, man. We need to work on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they were really good.
How many times did you guys ride the bull from Urban Cowboy?
Did not ride it. I watched a lot of people fall off of it. And the whole time I was thinking, I bet James Palmer would have rode that bull if he was here.
James Palmer would have definitely rode that bull.
He would have rode that bull.
Yeah. He would have stood on it.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably done tricks.
I think the line was a mile long to ride that bull, though.
Yeah, I
it
would
was
imagine.
packed in there.
Yeah, over near the bull area, if you watched any of our live feed on Facebook, there was a big poster of John Travolta from the show, or from the movie Urban Cowboy, where that's their second cow from Gillies. We found the first one, which we'll get into in just a little bit.
Did.
But no, very interesting place. I wasn't able. I was really shot after losing 2 hours Central Time to jump forward an hour plus daylight savings time. It took me forever to get into. I didn't get into town until about 8 o'clock, and I was still about 80 miles outside of Wilder, Kentucky. So I went and ate some sushi and vegetarian sushi and crashed. And so I missed all the fun. But
Yeah,
I don't
we're
think,
hardcore.
Yeah, definitely hardcore.
It was wow.
But I'm so glad we had that experience.
So the next day we all converge.
We did.
We met in the late afternoon. I got there a little early. I didn't realize it was a little more isolated than I had envisioned, but I pulled in the rental car and drove around the back, and I walked around a little bit and got to walk up on the railroad tracks and check out the Licking River, which flows north. It's one of only two rivers that flow north, not a lake. And I kind of checked it out and walked into the woods a little bit because I was curious to see if you could see any outlets, because there purported to be 3 tunnels. And the tunnels, somehow or another integrate into the basement, into the storyline, and, even tap potentially into the portal to hell, which is, renowned for the venue and the reputation of the club.
Right.
But I walked around a bit. I did get, that eerie vibe, and, I'm relatively new to the paranormal experiences for the ghost hunting. I've only done a couple of expeditions, if you want to say, or a couple of retreats, and nothing to this scale, and nothing with the level of professionalism of Amy, George, and everybody else involved. They know what they were doing, and I didn't want to get out of their way. But I was like a little kid. I was excited and running around like an idiot.
You were so funny. Oh boy, you were funny. It was great. I loved it.
Until I had my asthma attack.
Yeah,
well, so I walked around, and just amazed looking at the building and how they intersected and everything else, and started to really look forward to the evening. And then everybody started to show up at a certain point. The young lady that works for Bobby Mackey kind of gave us a little bit of a guided tour, and we did a lot of walking and a little searching, and it started. So what were your impressions? Now, you saw the club, you were in it the night before. That was my first time setting foot into it, other than watching videos. So it was a very interesting tour, to say the least.
Well, you go first, Amy. Tell them.
Well, I will say one thing you may not have realized. While you were checking out the place during the day, we went out to Carl Lawson's grave. And we brought a REM pot, and Carl Lawson is the one that's pretty much, he's the one that put the paranormal stuff at Bobby Mackey's on the map.
Yeah.
He's the one that first really noticed it, and he got
found the well.
Yeah, he's found the well. He got with an author. They wrote a book, and that's why everybody knows that Bobby Mackey's is haunted. So we went out to his graveside and put a REM pod out, and we were getting just heavy responses from him. We were asking about the investigation, asking things like if we had permission to go up to his apartment, and just how the night would go, and it was just crazy responsive.
Wow.
So that kind of started our night.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. Yeah, and Carl definitely had some issues along the way. He started to break down a little from a psychological standpoint, and there was an exorcism at some point performed on him.
In the club.
In the club, yeah.
Yeah.
But we went up to his quarters, and the staircase is so narrow. I mean, I literally had to turn sideways to get into the door. And going up the stairs, especially when we first went with the group and walking around his apartment, you definitely feel like we were violating him in some ways. And it's just odd to say, but, everything is as it was left. I mean, there's cigarettes sitting there, there's gaming cards, there's alcohol bottles, there's, a little bit of everything to look at, and it's definitely
layers of dust.
Lots and lots of
layers
dust.
of dust, and you can still hear me wheezing a little bit. But there was a Peter Frampton 8-track, which I thought was really cool. And
that was the scariest thing I saw upstairs. I just want you to know.
It was I'm in You, so it was completely frightening because he had his shirt off.
Very frightening.
That's for another show. So yeah, we started to walk around, and then I think once we got the initial tour, we all started to kind of break into 2 separate groups, and one group went to the bottom and one group went to the top. And I did a live feed, so I broke away from my group, and I kind of walked around on my own and started investigating. And I know you guys were in the basement, and you guys came up with a lot of activity.
We did. First of all, I do want to point out that it was an incredibly different feeling from the night before when we were in there, and it was packed full of people, and everybody was so nice and so friendly. To walk in when it was empty, it did not feel so inviting.
Yeah.
The first thing I saw when I walked in was the big sign over the door that said, this place is haunted, and we cannot be held responsible for anything that happens to you due to ghostly activity. And there was no joke. That was serious.
Yeah.
So that had me thinking about stuff. And then, so we'd go down in the basement, and it's me and the ladies, and the feeling, especially around the dressing rooms, was so sad. I just felt sad. I felt like I wanted to be alone. Because that's
in
where
the basement.
In the basement.
Yeah, those were pretty creepy.
The story as it goes, Johanna was
A dancing girl.
a dancing girl, or actually she was the daughter of the...
Yeah, but she was still a dancing girl. But
Yes, but...
her father owned the club.
Her father owned the club, okay? When it was a speakeasy type place, sort of. And she fell in love with somebody her father didn't like. And supposedly he had this guy killed. And when she found out about that, she killed her father and then killed herself. And so there was a dressing room downstairs that reputedly is hers. And so I went in there, and I just felt so sad. There was just this feeling about it. And I let everybody else continue the tour, and I stayed there by myself in the dark. And it was just an overwhelming sensation. I kept talking, going, "Hey, you know, are you okay? You can talk to me if you want to." And I felt like something was there with me, or someone, but I didn't get to communicate because about that time the tour came back. Okay, we're ready. And I'm like, "Ah." So, you know, we went around and did a few things here and there, and the portal to hell, I didn't get anywhere near it. There's no way.
Some of our group may have crawled into it.
Some of our group did some stupid things.
Somebody with asthma may have. No,
But-
I actually didn't get into it. I hovered over it, and I got on the brick area. I didn't want to step down there because I didn't know how solid it was or what kind of give there would be on it. And the last thing I wanted to do was fall through the portal of hell. And
Yeah, there was
you
no
know.
way. I mean, I know my limits.
yeah,
I'm like, nah, I'm just going to stay out here and take a picture from way over here, and I was good with that.
I'm not exactly a tiny guy, so standing on the portal of hell probably wouldn't be the best advice.
Not a good
I was
idea.
kind of curious because I couldn't quite see, because for people that have seen pictures of it, there's a bit of a fence. Once there's two areas, you go around the back and there's a fence, and then if you go around the front, there's a big giant circular hole in the bricks. So you can see the portal of hell from two different vantage points. But it's just very difficult to see where it goes because it goes under the slab. That is the basement slab, you know, the slab of the foundation. And
Well, in previous videos where I've seen, it's just a well right there, and it's a filled-in well, but it attaches to the tunnel.
yes. And the tunnel harkens back to the days when it was basically a slaughterhouse. And
Actually, the tunnel goes back to the distillery days.
the distillery days, okay.
Because they had to get the water from the river for the
Okay,
distillery.
because I heard something about blood being dumped
That's
down
the
there.
kind of urban legend.
Urban
They
legend.
want you to think it was a slaughterhouse, and they slaughtered all the animals and put the blood in the river. But in reality, the slaughterhouse was near there, but not exactly there.
Yeah.
So it's actually from the distillery.
Well, I was definitely like a shot out of a cannon when I got there, and I was kind of running around and just kind of taking in as much as I could. They had a lot of old equipment, which I felt like I was on an episode of American Pickers, where they had the original Gillies bull stored in the basement and with the Gillies logo and everything on it. And there were a lot of great vintage machines and things like that were just collecting dust in the basement. But I in all honesty, being new to this, I picked up on the creepiness, but I didn't have the kind of experience that I had with the second place, which we'll get into in a little bit. But
I do want to show him a picture.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I want to show him a picture. I'm just going to probably walk over there, I guess. But while we were down in the basement, our equipment was really going off. We were getting all kinds of things, intelligent responses, and it was like it was playing games with us.
Yeah.
Because we'd set the equipment down, nothing. We'd walk away, it'd go off. We'd go back over there, it would stop. It was very odd the way the equipment was working. But I've got this picture. In the basement, one wall is divided into subsections. It just has partial walls that come out of it, okay? At the top of one of those walls, there's nothing there. Nothing. But as I was down there taking pictures, I caught a little something, and I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up, but I'm going to bring it over there and let you guys see.
This is a first for me.
Yeah. Well, actually, while I was in there, I was sending pictures to a fellow investigator who lives in Biloxi, Mississippi. His name is Mark. And so he was kind of helping out from afar. and I was sending him evidence, and he was looking over stuff. I was also sending it to a friend of mine named Bill, who is an investigator in Louisiana, and they were working, on the stuff, and they are the ones that actually found this and sent it back to me, and I was like, holy crap.
So you'll breaking photographic evidence here from George Jones. You can pull it back just a little bit.
Can you see the two eyes
Yes.
inside the circle? And there is a black head popping up over, looking at us. Now, there's nothing up there but the top of a wall.
Almost looks like curly hair too.
Yeah.
You think that's Joanna, or you
I
think
don't know
that's
what
it
that
is?
was. All I know is I did not see it with my naked eye, but yeah, it showed up.
My guess that would have been whatever was toying with us.
Yeah. Well, while I was doing the live feed up in his apartment, they were getting some activity on their equipment on the main floor where the concert venue is, and they believed that they were talking to Carl and going back and forth. And by the time I got back to them, it was over. So I missed that completely. I missed a lot there.
We, although I don't think we got anything. Yes, Jess, it does. We didn't really get anything on our recording that we found so far.
Yeah.
But I audibly heard a voice said, "Come here."
Wow.
I don't even know where it came from or where it wanted me to go. But, yeah, so there was that.
I walked around with a Zoom QE2, which has got a lens of like a GoPro, but it's stereo. And I probably got about 4 hours of footage combined in both places. And I haven't had a chance to go through it yet. So I'm going to have to keep people updated on that. But I'd like to do a compilation of some of the stuff that we filmed and put it all in there and, pop it up on YouTube and on Facebook and everything else for people to see it. But definitely an interesting club, definitely an interesting experience. And
I just kept hoping Bobby would show up.
like in the middle of it.
Yeah, I was like, come on, man, come down here.
But as a ghost. No, that would be really creepy.
Oh, creepy.
Fooled you on that one, huh? I'm Bobby. I'm a ghost. No, it's the kind of place for nightmares, because when you're maneuvering through the basement, when you're maneuvering through the second and third floor, it's tight, it's old, it's dusty. There's a lot of memorabilia, and there's a lot of remnants of the older club, which used to be the Latin Quarter, and there's a lot of gambling paraphernalia in there. And it's unique to see it. I mean, there's a giant, really ornate, beautiful, Gothic-looking, turn-of-the-century safe in the office, and I mean, that thing's got to be worth a fortune.
Yes,
That is just.
It belonged to Buck Brady, who is one of the owners.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, and I'm sure moving it could not be fun. But there's also the kind of the jail-like grid, the bars where money would be exchanged and everything else through the peephole door. Kind of gave you that speakeasy vibe for sure.
And they even have a door down the basement that still has bullet holes in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's there.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. And there was definitely a lot of parlor stuff in there, and you can tell that there was a lot of activity. And, again, for me, I didn't pick up on anything other than the creepiness, but that doesn't mean anything. I know that several of the people in our group were fascinated and busy by some of the things that were going on in the club, And all in all, it was an interesting first experience. It was kind of like, for me, it was my training wheels,
Yeah.
My biggest problem is that the venue itself was freezing cold, and it was just that wet, damp, typical Texas humidity, the cold that cuts right through you, but in the other side of Cincinnati.
Just be glad we weren't there a week before.
Yeah,
It was like 20
It was
degrees
like-
a week
yeah,
before.
we got lucky. We got a good break, and I think unless anybody else has anything to add, we're going to go to a commercial break, and then we're going to start to get into the big bad building in the middle of Louisville, Kentucky, that surprised the hell out of me.
Oh, where'd you go?
I take you directly into Bobby Mackey's underbelly. This is an amazing place. I just fell over. Hopefully you guys are with me here. Oh, shoot. You are looking live at the underbelly of Bobby Mackey's honky tonk music world. This is right on the other side of the river by the Licking River in Cincinnati. And I'm going to show you the portal of hell from one side, and I'm going to take you right into the portal of hell. Right here, you are looking at the very famous portal to hell. This is a very creepy underbelly of this building. There are some tunnels under here that go right to the river. This place has a huge history with being, it started out as a slaughterhouse, and then it became kind of a place that the mob ran drinking speakeasy. I'll show you around. Hopefully I can keep a signal for a little while. It is creepy as all hell. And I'll show you some cool stuff. How's everybody doing? Everybody's doing great. Nobody has been... what? What do you hear? At the portal of hell? I hear water over here. It's flushing water. It sounds like somebody just flushed a toilet. Nothing yet, folks. We're going to take you around. I'm telling you, it's cold. It's damp in here. It is creepy, creepy, creepy. And after this, I'm going to take you upstairs. I think this part is pretty cool here because they have... I'm going to take you in here. Hopefully I can keep a signal. This place will freak you out. I'm going to crawl back here. Hopefully you guys are staying with me. You never know what's going to jump out at us at this point. I'm going to take you up here. We got some broken. The guy Carl that lived here did a lot of tunnel digging. And there's a lot of weird stuff in here, as you can tell. How we doing, everybody?
Right, good. Trying to do some more light so you don't fall again.
I'll fall again.
Even with the light.
Oh, wow. Look at that. We've got an EV meter going off the chain right now. So we've got some company in here somewhere.
Yep, look at that.
That's our first strike of the night right there.
I can get my EVP, my Oculus out. See if it'll start talking.
All right. We've got a great paranormal team here. We've got Sandy, we've got Leslie, we've got... Oh, wow, look at that. Check that out. I'm going to walk you around back here. Hopefully you guys can see everything. There is unbelievable history here. Oh, look at that. Look at that, folks. It was lighting up. Let's bring it with us. I'm going to show them that end over there. And then, oh, is it lighting up again?
Yeah.
Wow, I can tell you it is definitely eerie down here. Yeah, you're lighting up.
I gotta get my thing hooked up here.
Wow.
That's not anything talking, that's my stupid machine.
You heard it from Leslie right there. That's her stupid machine. I'm going to take you back over here, and then I'm going to come back on the other side of the portal of hell and point you right into the portal of hell. We are having fun here. Right on the other side of Cincinnati, we are in Kentucky at Bobby Mackey's, one of the most haunted places. You guys okay? Hopefully they'll catch up with us. You'll see a mechanical bull shell right here. I found this to be very interesting. This is the old dressing rooms when this was Joey whatever that says. I'm not sure. Damn, this place is freaky. I hope you guys are enjoying on your side and you're nice and warm and safe because it is spooky. This is an old mechanical bull from Gillies. My friends in Texas will appreciate this. This is the first bull that they had. And when I take you upstairs, you'll see the new bull that they have, which is also from Mickey Gillies, and it was in the movie, John Travolta's movie, Urban Cowboy. You guys okay? You got something going on? No? I'm going to go the back way to the portal of hell. There's something here? I'm coming. We got some activity.
It's sour. Trying to get it into the. I don't know what it's doing.
Wow, that's lighting up pretty good, isn't it? I'm just a stupid guy walking around in the basement of a haunted place. But what you got?
Look,
Nothing. I'm
look,
just trying
look.
to switch it to the correct
look at
mode.
this.
All right, we got company. We've got company, and hopefully we'll see some of that company come and show itself.
There was a black in that on that.
It said button.
Corrections.
Oh, look at that! That was lighting up again. I'm going to the portal of hell.
Oh, really?
Let's go to the portal of hell.
Okay.
I feel compelled to go to the portal of hell. This is glass. They have barrels that collect all the. This is still an active bar on the weekends. Ow! I just stepped on. I forgot how to get to the portal of hell. This is the back way, right? Okay, we're going to go into the room that houses the portal of hell. Wow, this is creepy back here. I don't know if you guys can see this really good, but it's pretty crazy back here. Woo, spooky. We got some spooky stuff going on here. There's some chairs set up. Teddy bear. Wow. This place is freaky, freaky, freaky. You can't feel it at home, but it's very cold down here. It's an actually beautiful day here outside of Cincinnati in Kentucky.
You're in this room with us.
You getting some readings?
He is getting readings.
What? Okay, I'm going to come on the other side of the portal. This is the room that houses the portal of hell. I'm going to come in here. God, this is freaky. I don't know if you're seeing this, but this is just tiny little room with a chair.
It's creepy.
It's creepy as hell,
It
man.
is. It's really creepy. And it's ice cold.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you get. It looks like there's a stairway here, folks. I don't know if you can see it.
Door open. I thought, wait a minute, I heard something.
There's a stairway to nowhere.
Storage.
I'm gonna go in here.
The haunting storage.
Oh shit! That scared the you know what out of me. I need a diaper change. Yeah. Okay.
And then we're swapping out at 10:30 for y'all to come down here.
Okay. This, folks, is the inside of the portal of hell. We're gonna go upstairs and tour the main club now. Crazy. Who wants to go upstairs?
Look at that. Look at that.
You still lighting up? Okay, we're going to go upstairs and show you the main club. I hope you guys are enjoying this. It's a hell of a good time here. No pun intended. Yes, pun intended. This is the beer drops where the beer bottles come from the bar up above. This is the workshop of, what was the guy's name that, what was
It was just
Thomas?
workshop.
Was it Thomas or?
Carl.
Carl's workshop right here.
Carl's workshop.
Some old cabinets. All right, let's go upstairs into the club. Oh, okay. That's the Licking River right here. We're about to have a blood moon. We got a full moon, as you can tell. Tomorrow it's going to be a blood supermoon, which is going to ramp up the activity that we're experiencing. Today we are at Bobby Mackey's, or I should say tonight. We're spending the night here at Bobby Mackey's. Tomorrow we are at the Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Kentucky. It's about an hour and a half away from here. And that is just terrifying. That's all I can explain to you. I'm going to get ahead of you guys and just keep walking, okay? No, you're okay. So we've got these hills here. This is Bobby Mackey's club. We're going to go inside. Who's ready to go inside? Bobby Mackey's honky tonk music world. We're going in. Hope they don't card me. Okay, folks, we are inside Bobby Mackey's. Stay with me. I'm going to take you on a tour of the club. That's me. Not that you want to see that. There's Bobby Mackey right there. Now, we're going to take you around. It is very creepy in here, too. This is the bar area. This is still a functioning bar. It is a music club. Bobby Mackey played last night. This is the gift shop. Get your Bobby Mackey shirts. Everything's on sale. Got your Bobby Mackey CDs, memorabilia, clothing. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. All right, there appear to be stairs. Let's go. You guys want to go up the stairs with me? Very narrow, very spooky. Let's go up the stairs. I believe this is Carl's old apartment. Oh Lord, what am I getting myself into? Okay. I'm gonna take you into Carl's apartment. I don't know if the lights work. This is Carl's apartment. A lot of old stuff when it was club sheets and receipt books. Wow. Old Kentucky. Too bad it's empty. Did I see a Peter Frampton 8-track? Look at that. I'm in you, Peter Frampton. How about that? Barbara Mandrell live on 8-track. Okay. This, obviously was an illegal gambling parlor for a number of years. Ooh, Carl's, or whatever his name's bathroom. This is the bathtub, not the prettiest. I'm probably going to clean myself up a little while in here. Maybe not. Some newfangled computers and software. Just kidding. Oh, good cigarettes right there. All right. Let's see if I can make it back down. All right, let's go in the club and see the bull. Let's go ride the bull. All right. If I can do this without falling on my face, that will be fantastic. You guys still with me? We're going to go into the belly of the beast, the heart of the club. Feel like it's home already. Oh, Lord. Where the heck am I? Looks like a storage utility closet. Oh, God damn. Darn. Is it a bullhead? I think I saw it blink. Wow. Crowbar. Okay. We are in the club now, folks. No getting away from it. Keep rocking. Okay. Oh, I see the bull. Hopefully you can see it. This is the bull from... ooh, I'm knocking stuff over. I'm sorry. Here is the original bull from John Travolta's Urban Cowboy. See if I can light it up a little bit better. DJ booths. A lot of times this spot over in the back is very, very haunted from what I'm told. And a lot of times there's a ball on the table. We'll see if we can ask somebody to put that ball. Whoever's here, if you can knock that ball into the hole, I would greatly appreciate it. Go ahead and push that ball into the hole. Come on, push that ball into the hole. All right, well, I tried. Maybe it'll still fall in there. We got some old equipment here. My buddy the cow. I think there's a John Travolta poster right there. I don't know if you can see it. From Urban Cowboy. Yep. The Mickey Gilly Bull. Wow. El Toro. That's El Toro. If the bar was open, I'd probably be riding him right now. Because you know me. All right, let's go into the band area. This is where all the seats are. That's the stage area. We're not allowed on the stage for obvious reasons, but I'll show you what the stage looks like from the side. Bobby Mackey's. Ooh. Bobby actually played here last night, and several of the people from the paranormal investigation crew came out. Beautiful twin reverb right there. Nice drum kit. Spooky room. A lot of good PA work right here. DJ booth. Hello, everybody. Yes, I am out of it. Sorry. Okay. Let's see what other spooky stuff I can show you guys. I don't think we've gone into the VIP room yet. The VIP room has got the big giant safe. Where was that VIP room with the safe? Was that over here?
Yeah, it's straight that way.
That way? Okay. Let's go in the VIP room. Yeah, maybe around the corner. Oh, yeah, here it is. Here it is. Okay, we're going to go in the VIP room. This is where the safe is, and hold on. Woo! There is a light switch. Yay! Let there be light. George No-Show Jones. Look at that. George Jones. This window was used when it was a speakeasy. You can see they open up the bar, exchange the cash. A lot of Bobby's memorabilia here on the walls. A little gambling table cover right there, framed. Check this thing out. This is an ancient safe. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I hope you like the Portal of Hell tour. Wow, so creepy. All right. Well, I'll keep checking in with you guys. If anything happens, I will be sure to get it on videotape. Stay with me tomorrow. We go to Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Kentucky. We're right on the other side of Cincinnati right now. Tomorrow we'll be at Waverly Hills. We are spending the entire night inside a 5-story sanatorium the size of a football field. And we'll keep you posted on our status. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys are doing awesome. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. And keep watching Innerstanding and listening to Innerstanding with Paul Bibeau every Thursday night, 8 p.m. on astronetradio.com. Have a great night, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody. Much love.
Listen, this biker thing is going to happen. You're going to be my go-to guy.
Honor amongst men.
Cop is going to die today.
Yeah, looks like there's a war coming. We are Satan's few. Our legacy will live forever. Yeah!
Look, you've had a rough day. Drop the gun.
Drop the gun. Drop the gun now.
You've had a rough year. Sir? Who again? You had a rough decade.
I should call a cop on you. Back. Look in the mirror. Look in the goddamn mirror. Who is that person?
What did I do?
Look back up now. Now! This is the NYPD. Come out with your hands above your head.
Why don't you get all the presidents of all the bike clubs?
Everything's going to be fine.
Honor, respect, loyalty.
Starring Chuck Zito, Robert Clohessy, Joan Jett, Vincent Pastore, and Edward Asner.
Spring 2020 on Fade to Silence Filmworks.
Welcome to the Yoga Spot. Each of the classes at the Yoga Spot offers the opportunity for a complete awakening of the mind, body, and soul. The Yoga Spot instructors teach with focused awareness for the individual needs of each and every student. The physical body is only as flexible and as strong as the mind allows it to be. With the commitment to practice, as the body becomes stronger and more open, so does the mind and spirit. Remember, yoga is for everybody. Anyone of any age or fitness level will find benefits both inside and out from regular yoga practice. Set your goals and focus on the whole, and please visit the Yoga Spot, where your first class is always free. The Yoga Spot is located in Flint, Texas on State Highway 155 South.
Welcome back to Innerstanding. I'm Paul Bibeau. I'm here with Amy Campbell and George Jones, and we're talking about our trip out to Waverly, Kentucky, to Bobby Mackey's, right on the other side of the river, the Licking River, overlooking Cincinnati. Beautiful city, by the way. And then that was our first night experience. Second night was absolutely phenomenal. Not that the first night was, but for me, it kind of changed my whole viewpoint on paranormal investigations and the things that go bump in the night. We went to Waverly Hills Sanatorium, which we discussed on the last show as kind of a historic hospital that the government in 1921 put up $1 million to build this giant football plus field. It's 130 yards, I believe. It is a 5-story, just gorgeous bones. You can see the beautiful shell of a building. We arrived there. We met in the parking lot at about 7:30, and we convened and started to talk. And when you're looking up this hill at this I mean, I can't even. It's just gorgeous, but it's spooky as all can be. And you're looking up there, and you're waiting for the security guards to come and open up the gate. And they're a very high level of security. They've had a number of problems, a number of people trying to break into the building, climbing like Spider-Man on the outside of the building.
We had trespassers try to come in the night we were there,
really?
after you left.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Well, they have issues, and the place is so well run. So they ushered us in. We drove up the path, and then we went into a separate building, which was really unbelievably beautiful. Stained glass on the ceiling, brick facade on the inside and outside.
It was originally the laundry.
And they had a lot of, mix of modern stuff, couches, seats, and things like that, coupled with a lot of things that came from the sanatorium itself.
There were artifacts in there that were just mind-blowing.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking old bottles and remedies and medicine bottles and things like that. And they were in these beautiful cabinets strewn throughout the building. And it's just, you got so excited. And plus, there was an art collection and old photographs up on it that just freaked you out. And then the amazing thing is they had an incredible gift store with, I believe, Melanie was working the gift shop. But above Melanie was like, it looked like the Bat Cave. They had these giant 65-inch screens in the shape of the building that had, I mean, every vantage point possible on video, on security cam footage. And I'm looking at it, and I'm seeing these orbs fly by. They're not, you can see where the bugs fly by or a drop of rain might hit, but I'm seeing orbs with tails. And I went to Melanie and I said, "Are those orbs?" And she goes, "Yeah." She goes, you watch, and some of them have long tails, some of them have no tails. And I mean, it was lighted like somebody threw a giant lit up golf ball right in front of the camera. And that was my first clue that it's going to be interesting in here tonight. Yeah. And, I'll leave it to you guys to talk about it a little further, and then we'll get into what was the most overwhelming, incredible experience of my life on the paranormal side.
Well, I think we should set the mood just a little.
Sure.
It was a bright, beautiful full moon. So really, once your eyes adjusted to the dark, you really didn't even need a flashlight to walk through there. And we started off with a light rain, got a little heavier throughout the night. So it was really a great atmosphere to be there. It was a super moon. It was a blood moon. And the energy was definitely perked up for the evening. And you are absolutely correct. If you envision the building, there's no electricity. The first floor is being refurbished, and there's no electricity from the second floor up. So the place is surrounded by, there's outside walkways where they would push the patients out so they could get air and sunlight, which helped with their tuberculosis treatments. But not just that. It lit up from all angles the city of Louisville. You could basically see the lights coming through, and coupled with that giant moon, it gave us, I think, the visibility we needed.
I think it was perfect.
Yeah. It was the ideal night. So continue, please. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead, George.
Well, what tripped me out was you were talking about the breezeway. Okay?
Yes.
When you look at the pictures of Waverly, you can pull it up on Google or whatever. It looks like this massive building with these huge windows in front. Well, no, those aren't windows. They never were windows. Those are openings, wide open to nature and whatever, because they believed that the patients would be healed by getting fresh air and sunshine all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, did they have a room? Sort of. Mostly they had a big breezeway, and they stayed out there from March 1st all the way through the first snow of winter. Whether it stormed or anything else, they were out there in that fresh air.
Yeah, they showed us the plugs where they would plug in electric blankets so they could sit out there and be relatively warm, because I've seen pictures of them just surrounded by snow.
Yep. And
amazing.
Just inside that, there's another row of rooms that were more like the skeletons of rooms.
Yeah.
Than rooms. I guess it was so you could get a little bit of shelter, move in a little bit further, had little bitty closets in them. And on the other side of that was the hallway.
Yes. And we've got some experience in that hallway.
Wow. The hallway. And then on the other side of the hallway were the death rooms.
Yes.
And, so you go from this wide open place with all these windows that look out across the world, and then you go into these rooms that are slightly more confined, but not really. And then you go into this long and massive hallway, and then on the other side of that are these rooms that are no bigger than jail cells. no windows. Or not some of them had windows, but not many of them. And that's where they put the patients when they thought there was no hope. They literally were death rooms. You stayed out on the balcony if you thought you had a chance to live, or maybe in the middle area. But when they gave up on you, they put you in those rooms.
Yeah. And we started, we had a short little tour where I think Melanie.
And Melanie did an amazing job on that tour.
Just wealth of information. Just
she was great. I need to bring her to
great
Tyler.
Spirit. And she guided us through and told us what a lot of the stuff was. And, there's some interesting things in there, especially on the first floor. You've got an inactive morgue now, but it was a very active morgue. They are, the draws that pull, you put a body in and you can pull them out. And, some people got in them. Some people did not.
Yes, one of our group did get in them. Not me. But someone who shall remain nameless.
So we decided to finish up, allow her to finish her spiel, and then the great thing about everybody, the people that work there and the ownership group and the way they run it, is they wanted for us, we're there for a paranormal investigation. They let us do our thing. They never said, look, you can't go in this room, you can't go on this floor. They just said, have at it, do what you need to do. We're going to come and get you, or come down at 4 o'clock, and then let us.
It kind of tripped me out because she gave us a really brief yet thorough, concise tour, and then she said, "Okay, I'm going back to the meeting area. The door's going to be locked. If you need me, you're going to come down there and knock on the door, and I'll try to come and open it if I'm in the room." So she left. We're up there like, okay, there's nobody here but us.
This is real now.
It's on.
And we split up into 2 groups. We headed for the top, the 5th floor, which is the children's area. And we've mentioned that a lot of children lost their parents through tuberculosis, and some of them even battled it. But the 5th floor was dedicated to the children's side of the building. And that's where we started. And I can tell you immediately, a completely different vibe than Bobby Mackey's. And I'm not belittling Bobby Mackey's, but personally myself, I think we started in the main rooms. I walked outside, and then we kind of converged right around room 502, which is a pretty infamous room. There was a nurse that unfortunately committed suicide after having an abortion, which she apparently did on her own, and threw the remains of the poor baby down the garbage chute. And she was so distraught and everything that she hung herself. And I immediately in that room just started feeling chills and all kinds of things. And at one point I'm leaning against the back of the wall, and I felt somebody whisper into my ear, which wasn't English. I can only think of it as Latin, is the only thing I can think of. I have no idea what was said to me, but it was in a very faint voice right smack in my ear, and almost like a little play with right here on my hair and my ear. And it got me going. And then I walked around to a bathroom area, which was 2 doors adjacent to the other side of the room, and I could not believe it. It was negative energy galore. I felt it immediately. I felt like I was being watched, and at one point I called people over because I could feel what felt like a sun lamp, a very powerful beam of light, was hitting my face to where my face was on fire. And George, you came over, you put your hand up, and
that was the most interesting thing to me upstairs. Is you feel cold spots. Mm-hmm. When you go on an investigation, it's fairly common, but it's not often you feel hot spots.
And it was hot.
And I wasn't any closer to your face than this, and I could feel the heat. And we were standing next to an open door with
the breeze blowing at a swift pace.
You shouldn't have felt that.
Yeah.
But it was warmth coming off of this area around you.
And again, no electricity, no devices that were turned on or anything else.
Exactly.
And, it got rolling from that point forward. And, you guys had unfurled some balls, some light-up balls. And
we had some interesting things happening. But before we go too much further past this, I want to show you something. I don't know if I showed you this at the time, but I went back in there. Again, I had a couple of my friends online with me, and they were like, we saw something, go back in there and take more pictures. So in the stall next to where you were standing, we got this picture, which I'm coming to show you just real quick.
Oh, I can't wait, because I was creeped out in that stall. So was Betty.
Betty came running out of there. She wasn't expecting it.
That is a witch's sigil that was on the back of the wall, and my buddy looked it up, and he said that it looked like a sort of perverted version of an angelic symbol. So maybe it was still trying to protect, or maybe it was bastardized into something else. I don't know.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Well, I mean, that floor was electrifying. And, I mean, I no pun intended. I mean, I was feeling everything. From walking around, what I didn't feel at Bobby Mackey's, and I'm not belittling it, was I was like on amplified on 10 or 11 at this place. And each room, every time I turned, I would get a different emotion or a different vibe or a different feeling. A lot of chills.
It kept you off balance. It
Yeah.
really did.
Yeah.
Because you'd be feeling like, oh, this one's nice. And then right behind you, holy crap, what is that? And
there was definitely a lot of noises and stuff, but really nothing like the fourth floor.
Yeah.
So we began to make our descent to the fourth floor because on the way up, I just felt the fourth floor immediately. I felt like this is where it's gonna get rough, and I can tell you that I had an experience like no other. I mean, let me just say, I described it to people in the opening scene of Indiana Jones when he takes the gold piece that he's much sought after, and he has a big bag of sand and he puts it to replace it. And then all hell, the floor starts falling apart and spears are shooting at his head and body, and he's running away and everything's falling apart and the boulder starts to chase him. I kind of equate our experience to that, because I can't, if you don't believe in the paranormal, if you don't believe in things that go bump in the night, I can tell you what I saw in the first 10 minutes in there. It was almost at ludicrous speed. It wasn't just like an isolated noise that people go, oh, was that a droplet? What was that? I mean, I had doors slamming in my face.
Doors slamming against the wind.
Yes.
The wind would be blowing this way, and the door would slam into it. It made no sense.
Yeah.
Within inches of us. And the chains rattling, and the baby crying, and the woman screaming.
And there were a couple of howls that did not sound sounded like Bigfoot was on our floor. Yeah. And I think the thing that really scared me the most, and I think it scared you too, we were seeing, I'm just going to come out and say it, we were seeing shadow figures.
We were seeing
on the left and the right, which we were warned about. We were told to stand your ground. Do not let them come at you. If anything, push back on them and let them know that you're there and you're not going to hurt them, but push back on them. We saw some weird, absolute weird things on either side of the hall. And you and I ventured down there and said, well, let's go have a look. And we went into a operating room with the classic light. And some of you may have saw this on the Facebook feed. But you were describing the chains because the fourth floor is associated with a lot of mental patients that had tuberculosis
They chained them down.
They would
chain them to the bed. They would chain them to weights so that they could move but not very fast. And I was talking about it, and like 2 seconds after we talked about it, there would come the chains.
It sounded like somebody was swinging the chains. It was like the junkyard dog in the WWF. It was like somebody was just rattling chains. And you and I are big guys, and we probably hit Mach 2 for a second there.
I want you to know I didn't waste any time.
And then stupid me has 2 flashlights and a camera. And as I'm booking, the flashlights are hitting the ceiling, and here come the bats.
Okay, now this is where it gets funny, okay? Keep in mind, I love you, Paul. You're going to have to forgive me for this. Paul, this is one of his first investigations, and I have to say he did a really great job, and I'd love to investigate with him again. But he had some funny moments, and one was the bats. Because the bats went for the lights, and he kept shining it, and the bat would come down.
I'm like, why are they attacking?
And he'd go, ah! And here'd come another bat, and then he'd shine a light, and there'd come another bat. And then he went into what I call cop mode.
I'll have to show you. I gotta stand up and show you.
Yes, he has his light. This is him.
Got my flashlight. You hear a noise every 2 seconds. You hear footsteps behind you, and this is me. And if I had a gun, I would have shot the place up.
We would have all been dead right now.
I would have been turning in a circle with a machine gun and just leveling the place because it was truly frightening and it was truly exhilarating at the same time. And I kid you not, I know people can go watch videos and say, "Oh, finding Bigfoot, they never found Bigfoot or anything else." We found everything. Anything you could possibly want. If you question this, if you would have hung out for 10 minutes with us on the 4th floor, it was a smorgasbord of paranormal activity. I kid you not.
Charts.
I felt like something was thrown at me. I heard footsteps. I constantly was seeing shadow figures crossing both sides of the halls, which are 130 yards, 30 more yards than a football field. I mean, it was insane, and we're trapped in the middle of this. I had doors closing on my face. I would yell out for them to turn on the paranormal devices and flip on the lights. They would. I asked them to close doors, and at certain times they would slam this steel trap door sounding, which I never saw.
Never found it.
I never saw a steel trap door, but it was loud, and some of it doesn't come across in the live feed. But let me tell you, when we were in there, we were at war. I mean, this was World War Z, and they were coming at us every which way but loose. And when we were making our rounds around, we would turn the corner, and then there's just so many levels that you're absorbing this. You know, you're feeling it. You go in one room and you're feeling mean, angry, vile, something going on in there. In the next room, you're feeling the spirit of a child.
Yeah.
And I for a little while, I didn't know how to comprehend it because it was everything had awakened in me, and I was getting stirred up, and I loved it. It was like jumping out of an airplane.
After it was over with, we were talking on the trip home, and you said it was like walking through moments frozen in time or something.
Yeah.
It was the most apropos thing I've heard about it. You said it was like walking through time.
Yeah, I'm going to close with that in a little bit, but I want to mention, what my final thoughts were on what I saw. But I mean, we're going to take a break real quick, and then I want to get Amy involved here and talk a little bit more about what she saw.
I wasn't going to interrupt all that excitement.
No, I'm sorry. I'm like a little kid in the candy shop. We'll be right back. You're watching Innerstanding with Paul Bibeau, and you're listening to Innerstanding with Paul Bibeau here on the Astronet Radio Network.
Oh My Goat Yoga in Palestine, Texas, offering stress relief through fitness and relaxation for the mind, body, and spirit. Oh My Goat Yoga's location is a tranquil atmosphere with certified instructors specialized with goat yoga, goat therapy, and meditation. Oh My Goat Yoga offers scheduled classes, specialty events, and private events. Oh My Goat Yoga's goal is to provide you with stress relief in a fun atmosphere of nature and farm blending with yoga and meditation. Oh My Goat Yoga will host special events by appointment only. They feature a clean restroom available in one of the finest barns in Texas. Oh My Goat Yoga has specialty t-shirts available for sale, as well as Hopping F goat milk and soaps. For events and more information, please point your browser to ohmygoatyoga.com. Oh My Goat Yoga, one of the best times you could possibly have. Star Laundry Wash and Fold in Henderson has the friendliest attendants anywhere, and they're always at your service to help and assist with your laundry. Star Laundry Wash and Fold in Henderson offers both self-service and laundry drop-off, and they're open from 7 a.m. in the morning till 5:30 p.m. in the evening, 7 days a week. Star Laundry Wash and Fold in Henderson is located at 105 State Highway 64, and they're proud to be the only fully attended laundry in Henderson, Texas. Star Laundry Wash and Fold in Henderson offers laundry drop-off, which starts at only 90 cents a pound, and they also offer a variety of soaps and fabric softeners to choose from. Remember, Star Laundry Wash and Fold in Henderson, conveniently located on the Star intersection. Get your clothes looking fantastic at Star Laundry Wash and Fold in Henderson, Texas.
It's been said life is like a box of chocolate, but no, that's too simple. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m., View from the Carnival works to explore people's experiences in surviving mental illness. On View from the Carnival, we discuss the common threads that bind us in this interesting, sometimes disappointing, colorful, and yes, happy freak show roller coaster of life. Join us and see what happens Tuesdays at 7 on astronetradio.com.
Welcome back to Innerstanding. I'm your host, Paul Bibeau. We're here with Mr. George Jones and Miss Amy Campbell. We're just talking about bidets in the break because you can't find toilet paper anywhere, which makes no sense to me whatsoever in this manufactured crisis that we're experiencing right now here in America and around the world. But that's not fun to talk about. We're going to talk about something much better. We're talking Waverly Hills in Louisville, Kentucky. And I'm going to pass the mic to you, Amy, and tell us about your experience, particularly on the 4th floor. And then we've got to get into the body shoot.
Well, I think we can kind of go on to the body shoot because I really didn't experience much different than you on the 4th floor because I was there with you.
Yeah.
And I just could not interrupt your excitement a moment ago because you just captured it perfectly.
Were you feeling the same thing? Like, how much of this stuff is going to continue? I mean, at a certain point, it's overwhelming.
Well, there was one point that was really crazy because we heard the door and then a scream.
Yeah.
Because me and Betty were a little bit ahead of you at that point, and you guys were like, "What's wrong? Was that you screaming?" We're like, "That wasn't us."
And then George, you heard that baby scream. It was a baby or a toddler or a child or something.
Like, probably 2 or 3 year old. If I was going to place it, that's about what it sounded like. And the girl screaming. There was a lady. No idea. And I was going to say earlier, and I forgot that in addition to the shadow people, I also did see a couple of times where it looked like people walking in white gowns, but they never got close. They were way down on either end.
I took a photo of this light beam shining through that is, I don't understand it, and I didn't see it until 2 days later when I was going through my photographs, but I was catching a lot of odd stuff too. I saw the shadow people. I was kind of concerned that I was going to round the corner and see a figure, an apparition, a ghoul, whatever you want to call it, and I never saw that. But the shadow people, I mean, when we first got up on the 4th floor, they were scuttling around. I mean, I'm not kidding you. They were moving around, and you look this way, and they were moving. You look that way, and they were moving.
You could see them, and they would get all the way up to the circle of light, where our light sources ended, and then just kind of walk around.
Yeah.
If you moved the light, they would back away.
Yeah.
And if you moved it this way, they'd come forward.
Oh, and I moved the light.
Oh, my gosh. You moved that light a lot.
George, you reminded me, though, I did see kind of a white figure kind of down the hall.
That blows me away.
But I couldn't figure out what it was because I was expecting shadow people. But now that you just reminded me that people have seen the spirits in the nurse's uniform, that might be what I saw. I didn't see it defined, but it was kind of like a white figure.
Well, they say Red Bull gives you wings, but that place gives you freaking jets. That place was
adrenaline.
Unbelievable.
The thing about it, being a ghost hunter, I'm sure that some people that are watching this are ghost hunters. You've all experienced stuff. You know, you've seen the equipment go off. You might have seen something move. You might have seen something with your own eyes that's completely unexplainable or heard something. But those are instances that come and go really fast. The difference here was this was sustained for over an hour and a half of non-stop. It was sensory overload.
It was to the point of comical, and the only way I can explain it, because it's like, for Pete's sake, what else is next? And then here it comes, and then it's just one thing after another. We actually took a break from there, went down to the gift shop to kind of. I
had to have a Snickers.
Compress. Yeah. It was absolutely. I think I had to absorb what I experienced. And, like Spinal Tap, is this a joke? Is this a joke? Are we being pranked? There's going to be some people walking out from behind the doors going, "We got you guys." And I don't know. I've never seen anything like it, and I contend I probably never will. But from the gift shop, after we decompressed, we really compressed because on the first floor there is a body chute, and it is a long, basically brick cubicle that is not very wide. It's probably 10 feet wide by 8 feet high, and it drops at a 60-degree angle with stairs to the left and a ramp to the right, where the ramp held a pulley system for the cart that brought, unfortunately, they're estimating 20,000 bodies through the chute to be disposed of. And the body went to a gate. The chute went to a gate, which was hundreds of yards away. It was
45-degree angle straight down. It was a lot scarier than the portal of hell and Bobby's.
Yes,
this
without a
looked like
doubt.
the portal of hell.
And we'll get to that. What came out of the portal of hell in a second, but. I walked down there and I was having bad asthma problems. I felt like garbage, and I'm still wheezy right now. But I walked halfway down, took a picture, and there was nobody down there at the time. I was the first person to walk down there, and I got lights. I got orbs in there. And I turned around and said, I'm done. I mean, I'm going to walk back up and hang out with you guys.
It was the fourth floor, the fifth floor, they all had their feelings.
Yeah.
But the feeling here was completely different, negative. Just
Negative and
very
claustrophobic combined at the same time. Extremely negative.
And I had, I told you I was messaging Bill on my phone, and I had Mark on video, and they were kind of watching my back and checking out pictures and helping me out, and I lost signal completely. And I felt like we'd lost two of our party.
Yeah.
Right there in the portal of hell.
I mean, we'll get into that because you walked down to the end.
So Betty and I made that long trek all the way to the bottom.
And I'm talking 65-degree angle. So, I mean, it sounds like a piece of cake.
No.
It is like walking down an extremely steep hill.
We were dropping off equipment kind of like breadcrumbs on our way down. And by the time we were at the bottom, we couldn't even see half of the equipment. We couldn't see y'all at the top.
So we were advised by the tour guide at Waverly to go dark. So I had started to do a Facebook Live, but quite frankly, once they locked us in, I lost the signal. So we all went dark. I calmed down with my stupid flashlight, which was unbelievable because at this point, it starts pouring. So we're in this cylindrical
not just
house
pouring,
of death.
Storming.
Sounds
like hail's hitting the roof, tree limbs
It
falling.
sounded like hail to me, and we at first we thought, like, are people, what is coming? There were noises inside of the cube behind us that I had to keep turning around.
Yeah, you did the cop thing?
Yeah. And then, see, there's a turn, there's a 45-degree angle from behind us where something could come around that corner, and there was things lurking in there. But I got to tell you, the most thing that puzzled me all night was George and I are talking, and these brave ladies are on the other side, and we're seeing a little bit of light from the devices to read, the EVP meters and everything else. And I'm like, what is that? What is that? That looks like it's picking up the EVP. It's grabbing the light. And when you start to really hone in on it and focus on it, all I can describe it is if you had a Volkswagen-size black cotton candy mist blob.
It looked like a giant bear to me.
It looked like a demon dog
bear
from hell. I mean, seriously. And you guys didn't see it.
I was about to say, that's what's really interesting. Me and Betty were at the bottom. We can hear you guys panicking upstairs.
But you didn't answer us.
We were freaking out.
We were calling you.
We're like, you're not going to believe this. There's something coming towards it. That son of a gun started coming towards us.
It was between us and the ladies at the bottom.
And we couldn't see
like I said, I'd already lost Bill. I'd already lost Mark. And I'm like, oh, crap, I can't see the ladies either. And your light that you had down there, couldn't see it.
And honestly, we were just thinking these guys want us to come back up. And we had just walked all the way down that body chute.
I mean,
we made that really long trek, and you're telling us to come up right now?
And as you walked through it, did you feel anything? I mean,
no, it was like nothing for us.
It just came alive.
Okay,
but as soon as we got back up to the top, the girl I was with, she saw what y'all were seeing.
Yeah, as soon as we got up to the top, I said, look, don't you see that? And she turned around and she went, holy, I understand. I understand now.
I mean,
But down at the bottom, nothing.
It's like you painted a Volkswagen black, and turn the headlights on this thing. Turn the blinkers on this thing, and it's at the bottom coming towards us up the stairs, literally look like the beast from Ghostbusters.
It wanted to eat us.
And we're like, what is that? It's coming for us. And we're watching this thing slowly progress up the stairs. And I can't even properly.
So we get to the top. I want to get this part out because this is where my mind was really blown.
Yeah.
Okay? We're up at the top. Okay, Betty, the other girl that's with us, I named you Betty. Love you. Sorry. She sees what I saw. She sees what you saw. She's tripping out. She's like, "Well, let's just stay up here." So we're in this 90-degree angle where the exit's over here and the chute to hell's down over here.
We're sitting on concrete
and we're
blocks.
sitting on a concrete block where we can see both directions because we keep hearing footsteps over here.
I'm watching this way because I'm panicked as shit by what's coming out of this hallway.
They were really
and they're
panicked.
looking into the chute
and I turn
where
and
the
look
beast
up
is.
behind us, and on the wall there's like another little symbol, and beside that it says, "Beware the 3." The 3 what? I don't know.
It was the 3 heads of that freaking Hydra that was down there. Whatever that thing was.
Clue. And the storm is raging, and Betty is like, "We need to get out of here." And I'm like, "You're right. We need to go." Okay? So everybody's starting to leave, and and I have a bad leg, okay? I went, all right? They don't care. They don't care. No. When it's time to go, they're leaving. I literally grabbed a hold of it. I was like, "Don't you leave my ass in here." We get to the door. It's storming. We can hear the rain hitting we can hear hail hitting the roof and everything, and we're like, "Well, crap, maybe we should wait until it slacks off." Because we got to go across the parking lot and all this. And I'm like, "No, I don't give a damn if I get wet. I don't give a damn if I get hail. Open that door."
It was time to go. I was the first out, and I was like never in my life more relieved to get out.
But wait, when you open that door, no storm.
It was barely raining.
No hail.
Yeah.
It was barely sprinkling, and the sound stopped.
I think it was the special effects people shut it off. I don't know.
I think something was trying to keep us there.
was trying to keep us in there.
Yeah.
I think that's why we couldn't sense anything at the bottom. Because
dinner.
it wanted us to stay a little while.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing I've ever experienced in my life.
This thing looked like it was walking like this. Like this. It was mesmerizingly frightening.
It was terrifying.
Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And again, for those who don't believe, go get in your car and go to Waverly because you will find out what we found out. It wasn't playing with us, It may have been playing with us, but it was alive and well and kicking in there. And one of the things that really, in reflecting on it, I can tell you honestly, I missed the place. I felt an unbelievable buzz. I drove 13 hours home with an hour's sleep. Not good sleep. At a rest stop, I just leaned the chair back and kind of nodded off while it was pouring because I couldn't drive because trucks were just, you couldn't even see out with the wipers on full blast. So I just reflected on it, and I was on a high. I was on a buzz, and I fell in love with the place. Oddly enough, and my feeling is, in an odd way, that I think that some of these entities that are in there, time does not exist. Time is part of Earth. It's a construct of this planet. It doesn't exist in the universe and the multiverse. Time is linear, and it all exists all at the same time. The past, present, and future all occupy one space at one time. My personal opinion is, I thought at first these people were trapped. Go to the light, the classic thing. My perspective is, they love the place.
I think
that's home to them, and they don't want to leave. And there's got to be a reason that you get childlike energy and loving energy, and then negativity, all within 3 steps. Because I think there's a pecking order there of people that guard it and protect it, and they're looking over those younger souls that are in there that aren't going anywhere, and I don't believe they want to go anywhere because I believe it's home to them.
I don't feel like, on the 4th floor, the activity was off the charts, but I never felt like I was in danger.
Same thing.
I never felt like anything was going to harm me. It was curious, or things were moving around or whatever. It wasn't until we went down in the body chute that I actually felt fear.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I felt like if he came up 10 more steps, and I'm assuming it was a he, whatever it was a truck.
And Mark and Bill abandoned us, and we were just down there all by ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, my feeling was that that thing could have potentially done it. And are we going to commercial break, or are we done? Oh, we had way too much fun here. We had way
it's
too
not
much
over,
fun.
Is it?
I want to thank Amy Campbell. I want to thank George Jones for being here, not just this week, but last week.
I want to thank you, Paul, for having us here.
Oh, well, you two were kind enough to invite me out, and I'm very inexperienced, but I caught the bug, so to speak, and I definitely want to experience other places. And I cannot wait for the day to get back into Waverly Hills. It is that impressive. It is that gorgeous in an odd, I know it sounds odd, it is a gorgeous place run by great people who are passionate about keeping the legacy of that building, and the people, the 20 to 40,000 people that died in that place, unfortunately due to tuberculosis, the White Plague, and the legacy of those children and everybody that passed through those halls are hallowed to me. And I have this affinity for the place that I will never get over anytime soon.
Amen.
And I want to thank you for the invitation to go out there. And if I didn't have that experience, I would be really sad for missing out when I experienced. And I think
you do realize nothing else is ever going to measure up.
No. I don't think so. I mean, again, it's thrill rides at Universal. They're for wimps. You walk through there. Come on, you can do it. Well, how are we doing on time? We're about ready to wrap up. Again, George and Amy, thank you very much. I hope everybody tunes back in next week for another live show of Innerstanding with Paul Bibeau. I always like to close the show with love, light, and a little bit of laughter. Namaste. And come back and see us next week. Support all of our talent here on astronetradio.com. We've got great shows. It's growing in leaps and bounds. You can start to see the changes in the studio here. We're going to be doing some interviews with Skype and Zoom and all kinds of big talent on Innerstanding with Paul Bibeau coming up. I'm very excited, and I'm very excited about the roster of people on this show that are making it just an unbelievable network for talk. So go get your podcast in 24 hours. Watch our live feed. Share it. Please help us out and support the cause. You guys have a great night. Davidson, thank you for the great engineering and the producing skills, as always. Keep it down, though. Just kidding. You guys have a great night, and turn those lights on a little bit, because you never know what followed us all back. Good night.
I'm coming to you live from the 5th floor right now of the Waverly Sanatorium. We've been here for about an hour and a half getting a tour. I want to show you some of the roof. This is the children's wing of where I'm at. Let me flip this so you can see it. Okay, you can see the top of it right now. This is the most unbelievable experience of as far as paranormal experience of my life. I have been feeling just unbelievable, strong reactions. We've already seen shadows going across the rooms. It's pretty crazy to be here. It's not frightening as much as it is exhilarating. This is the children's wing. I'm going to show you different parts of the building throughout the course of the evening. I can tell you, folks, this is real. This is real. We spent the night at Bobby Mackey's last night, and it was spooky and creepy, but we're seeing things that I just cannot believe. Orbs, everything else. I just came out of 502, and somebody was whispering in my ear. 502 is one of the infamous rooms where one of the nurses committed suicide. We're here on the 5th floor. This is where the children would play. I do not want to, they're doing some paranormal research over here. I do not want to disturb them, but I do want to take you in room 502. This is room 502. It's very, very infamous. If you've watched some of the programming, then you know you're familiar with this room. I walked in here a few minutes ago, and that's where somebody whispered in my ear. It was a woman's voice. Words can truly not describe this place. This is the children's wing right here. I'm picking up something in here. There's a ball over here. I'm picking up some very strong sensations in here. We just came from the tour of the 4th floor, and I've never felt anything like that in my life. This is the roof. We're getting a little bit of rain. Show you some of the structure here from the top floor. It's the city of Louisville right here. This is the new roof. They're doing some construction on it. I'm gonna come back and see you guys in a little bit on the 4th floor. We saw some shadows walking through the hall. The creeper is well known for the 4th floor. So in a few minutes, I'm gonna log back on from the 4th floor, the most haunted floor here at Waverly Hills of the 5 floors. Oh my God, is that going off? Okay. Okay. That's our paranormal team who is starting their investigation. We just finished the tour of the entire building. I can't tell you enough how real this is. They're here. They're everywhere in this building. And I'm less fearful than I am exhilarated. This is like jumping out of an airplane. All I can tell you, we have seen more stuff and felt more stuff in just the short period of time that we've started our own investigation than all of yesterday. Not even close, not even close. So I'm gonna sign off for right now, but I'm gonna be coming back from the 4th floor, and God only knows what we'll see from there. I hope you guys are doing great. This is Paul Bibeau from Innerstanding, and we'll check back with you in a little bit. I got it. Okay, I am live right now. We are on the 4th floor, and I kid you not, there's a lot of activity in here. I'm almost afraid to shine a light. We just set up some investigative tools. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Holy crap. You sure? Okay.
Behind you is the wind hitting the bag, or you kicked it.
Yeah, it's in here.
Did you hear that noise? Something down there just against the wall.
Yeah, they're here. I'm going to walk down the hall a little bit. We are on the 4th floor, which is
Periscope is going on.
Okay. We got company. This is, for you watching at home, the 4th floor in here is off the charts. It's absolutely off the charts. We've been seeing.
Dude, right down there on the end, did you just see that?
I saw something.
Right across the hall down there. Did you see it?
You can't shine lights.
Okay.
Well, you can because you're live right now, but after we cut for live,
We got
you're
movement.
fine.
We've got shadows. We've got, this is the floor with the creeper.
It just went right across from one side to the other.
Unbelievable, folks. There is just a ton of activity here. I'm going to creep around, no pun intended. You can see, here's the outside port. Oh, shit. I just heard something.
I don't like that one down there.
I don't either, but I'm compelled to go a little further. I don't know why, but
I don't either, but I'm walking behind you.
all right. Oh, the door's opening. Door's opening. I got movement right here. The door's opening. No.
It's going against the wind.
It's going against the wind. Bob Seeger. Can you close that door again? Close that door. Holy crap.
Yeah, it went completely against the wind.
Wow.
That was wild.
You going to show me how you did that? What you got for me, buddy? Holy crap.
That was wild.
Periscope going off.
Periscope going off again.
We'll be in circles, guys. It's okay.
It's all right. We're all right. I'm compelled to walk a
We're
little.
here just to communicate with you and cause you no harm.
We're not going to hurt you. But if you could open that door again, I would appreciate it. If you can move that door. We're not going to stay long.
Crazy. I mean, the wind was going against it and opened up anyway.
Did you open the door?
I'm going to go a little deeper.
I like it deeper.
Yeah, this is insane. Do you want us to leave?
Listen.
Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. We're not going to hurt you.
Yeah, so don't hurt us.
We're just going to be here for a few minutes and then leave. I know you've been through a lot. We're not here to disturb you. We're just here to explore the place for a few minutes, and then we'll be on our way. If you want to give us a sign, if you can slam a door. What the hell is that?
What the hell was that?
Did you guys hear that?
Yes.
Can you close a door? Make a noise.
Oh, did you see that?
Saw something. What the hell was
I
that?
don't know, but it wasn't a shadow. It was like a light anomaly down there. It just walked right across the hall.
I'm going a little further. Let us know you're here.
That was human-sized and just walked right across. Holy moly.
Oh, fuck. Fuck me. Jesus Christ.
You asked for it.
I asked for it. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're not going to disturb you much longer. We know you're here. We hear you. Oh, holy crap. I'm backing up. I'm backing up.
I'm going to back up with you for now.
You want to grab? Holy shit. Shit.
Hold on.
We're leaving.
No, don't leave. Let's stay.
Okay. Give us another sign. Let me know you hear my voice. Let me know that you hear my voice.
Fuck it, I'm going in. This is where I'm going.
Oh, what was that? Something just flew in front of my face.
That might be a bat. I'm not sure.
Okay, we got bats in here.
I don't know. I was just going to say this is where I'm glad I brought extra undies.
Oh, it's a bat. It's a bat. Holy crap.
God, look at how long the call is.
It like goes, oh, bat, bat, bat. I hear something.
Yeah, I heard it too.
I hear you.
Oh, God. What a feeling.
Can you make a noise? Let me hear you.
What was that?
I don't know. Oh. You heard that?
Yeah, I heard it. Let's go lights out.
Okay.
Going dark.
I'm going to have to turn it on in a sec. Oh, shit. You heard that?
I heard it. Oh, crap. I heard it.
Crap.
It was right behind us.
All right, I'm backing up. I'm going to back up. We hear you. Make another noise for us. That was good and strong. Give us something. Give us something strong. Slam a door. We'll go away. Just make a noise. Let me know you hear us. You guys okay down there?
Okay, I want to try an experiment.
Okay.
I want you to stay right there.
Okay.
I'm going down here by myself.
Okay, be
Unless Lisa
careful.
wants to go with me.
Oh God, REM pod.
Yeah, I see it. REM pod's going off down there behind
Oh,
us.
big time. Let's go back. That's where we were getting some activity.
I'm going on down.
No, it's down here. It's down here. George, be careful. George, be careful. You got a light?
I don't need a light.
Be careful. Ladies, you okay? I heard that. Oh, I just heard something behind me. Ladies, you okay? Oh, I saw something. I saw a shadow. Come back this way, George. Let's go check on the ladies. This is crazy. It's everywhere. Light up that light for us. Light up that light. Right in the middle of the room. Be careful, George. Head back this way. Ready? Where are you, George? Give me a voice, George. Okay, you in here? Give me your voice. Okay. Am I getting close?
Yeah, come on in.
Okay.
I need some light. I need to see what this is. What was that?
Oh my God. It's some sort of electronics and like almost like an oven or something.
Shine a light on that handle. Pressure.
You okay?
It's an autoclave.
An autoclave.
Where they clean
A sterilizer, okay.
Holy crap, man.
Yeah, this is, Mark, I don't know if I told you, this is before when they kept all the insane patients. The ones that have tuberculosis on the brain.
And this was the worst of the insane patients.
Yeah.
I'm going to use 2 lights.
He waits to keep them from wandering. Shit. Look above your head. This had to be a surgery room. Look. You see that?
Yes.
You see that, Mark?
Look at this. Old surgical room. Oh my God. This is crazy, folks. You people that are watching at home, you have no idea how intense this is. Maybe you do. This is, I've never had anything like this in here. This floor is just off the freaking charts with activity. They're everywhere around us. All right, I think we should go back to the girls and make sure they're okay.
Yeah, we don't leave them alone very long.
We're gonna head back to the girls.
Go slow. I want
Okay.
you to look once you have the light.
Oh my God. This must be an elevator or no? A staircase. Holy crap.
This is the elevator where the homeless guy fell down and died.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, Lord. Oh, bat. Did you see that? Bat just flew right at my head. Yeah. There it is. Oh! Fuck me. Get out of here, bat. You heard that? I'm going this way, guys. It sounded like a chain. You all right? Okay, I'm going to keep the light down. We got bats flying like crazy. You okay? George, you with? Okay.
I'm trying to stay away from your life.
Okay, because that's where the bats are coming from. Yes, I heard the chain. Oh, I just picked. Oh, shit. Oh, the door just swung open. Yes. Here we go. It's real active right here. Real active. Okay, it's crazy. We got bats. We got doors swinging open. Are you okay?
Grandpa's going off.
Oh, Lord. I heard chains. Oh, holy shit.
That's what we were hearing down there.
Close that door again. Lord, this floor is so active, it's crazy. I've never experienced anything like this before. Yeah. For those who do not believe in spirits, trust me.
It was not pleasant.
You should go lights out.
Let's go lights out real quick.
All right.
Or just lean against the wall one.
Where are you going?
I'm going to join you because it's real active right here.
Okay.
I'm just come down here a little bit. The problem is when you go further down there is the bats.
They were chasing
Interestingly enough, the chair was in the corner.
Which way was it facing?
It was facing out, but it was in the corner.
Okay, that's fine. Be in the corner.
All right. What?
Shadow person, lights out. Grandpa did.
Okay.
Let me light out.
I'm going to go with just a tiny light on the floor. We got tremendous activity. We're going dark for a second. Is that a piece of bed or radiator?
No, it's a radiator on the ground. That was ripped right off the wall.
Love for something.
Now these inside rooms were for the ones who were gave up hope. They were dying. There's no hope for them. And that's where we are right now. So these were literally on death row and insane. Can you imagine being chained to the bed or chained to a weight?
No. I've never seen anything or felt anything like what we're experiencing. This is just crazy. Those doors were slamming on us. And it wasn't just the bats.
Did you have something to say, Mark? I don't know. They said something about because it spread to the brain, they thought that it would increase the brain activity.
Up. Where are you? We'll get out of here.
They have two sets of rooms, one on one side of the hallway that actually literally just opens up out into the wide blue yonder. And that's the one where the healthy patients were, the ones that they thought that they could save. And they stayed out there from March 1st all the way till the first snowfall. No matter how cold or hot or whatever it got, getting fresh air and sunshine. And then if they knew that it was terminal, they brought them into these inside rooms, which is where we're close to. Lisa, you got your light? Turn this way.
Can you slam a door for me?
This was not a patient's room.
Oh, it's going off again.
Let's go across the hall.
Okay.
Right here. This room looks different. Yeah, I don't think this was a patient's room either with the windows.
The windows are all busted out, or? Yeah, they look all busted out. I don't want to know what's in there.
Whatever it is, it's locked.
It says clean though, so that's a good thing to know. I'm gonna go just peek out on the balcony right over here.
Just for a minute. Mark, see what it looks like out there.
Holy crap.
This is the outside. There are no windows there. That's the lights of the city. And
They would wheel the patients out here.
the patients literally stay out here for
They would get them out into the air.
until the first snowfall. Even if it's storm.
I hear, what am I hearing? Is that just raindrops or? It sounded like footsteps, but it could be raindrops.
Which direction?
Right over here.
Check that. Whoa. I heard
You see what I'm saying?
yeah, something happening over there. And then grandpa went off at the same time.
Yeah. You don't mind us visiting and walking around, right? What the fuck was that?
I don't know, it sounded like somebody crying.
It was something crying. And it was coming, it sounded, oh shit! Shit. Holy, I gotta see what's in that closet. Oh Lord.
What? Nothing happened. I mean, that was just a noise, but nothing moved.
I heard it sounded like a baby crying or a child crying.
Something hit, but there was nothing moving.
Look, there's an old like shuttle, what do you call it? Shuffleboard here. Oh Lord, is this creepy. I hope you're having fun at Facebook. We're having fun. Hope you guys are doing well. Give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing.
Give us a thumb up if you like what we're doing, Mark.
If anybody out there in our audience likes to go on ghost adventures, well, I can't recommend the 4th floor of the Waverly Hills Sanatorium enough.
Well, this was a common room.
Yes. Oh. This is where things were blowing up on us right here.
Yeah, right out there in that hole.
I don't know if I want to go back out here again, but up.
Watch out for the back.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to keep the camera low enough. Oh, I hear you. You heard that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh, shit, I feel it. I feel it. It's close. There you are. Make that sound again. You heard chains? I think I agitated him. Did I stir you up? Am I heading to you? Let me hear those chains. Slam a door. Are you here? We're going to leave you alone in a minute. You want us to leave? I hear you. Okay. Well, it's good to know that they're human. We could use some company. To be honest with you, we could use a little company because we've got too much company, I think, in the spirit form. If you're in the spirit form, let us know you're here. Let me know you're here. You want us to leave the 4th floor?
Did you hear the baby crying?
Did you hear the baby crying?
Down there.
Clearly it was a baby crying.
Right down there. Grandpa did.
You with us?
Big grandpa hit.
Come on, slam a door.
Yeah, let's do lights out right here. And see
Okay.
what we can get.
Lights out, buddy. I'm going to lights.
Someone said Christopher? Did it?
It's possible. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to listen back to him and see if we can.
You heard that?
Did you hear all that, Mark?
Oh, it was a door. Is that somebody coming up the stairs or?
I just heard a whistle like, you know, I did too.
There was a whistle, which means shit's gonna hit the fan again.
We just heard a whistle.
Yeah, I think the fourth floor experiment is winding down. This has been absolutely,
It's very creepy.
I heard that, absolutely crazy.
Someone said they just heard a growl. Or, no.
That was, it's some, I think it's something maybe on John Gordon's phone.
Yeah, maybe on George's phone.
Because I've heard it
He's
a
got a
couple of
phone
times.
call going right now. On speakerphone.
I don't think it was anything paranormal, but I did hear that.
We'll review that first, okay? So that would appreciate that. Definitely, if y'all see something here, so let me know. Run,
That's
Paul.
not the Paul was doing the.
That's not Paul.
That's not Paul.
Paul, yeah, sit. There you go. You're good. Come back. Go, just like you did.
Can you light it up for me? Can you light it up for me?
Say it wasn't Paul.
You have to touch it.
Do you like Paul? There you go.
Well, hello to you too.
Okay, by lighting it up means yes, by not lighting it up means no.
How are you?
It's not a yes or no question.
Are you good?
Did you hear that?
That could have been a wind squeak though, so possibly.
Did you want to say something to Paul?
You want to talk to me?
Was it you that called out his name on the device?
Were you the one slamming the doors?
We have to give it just a little.
Y'all heard that, didn't you?
Hell, what's that?
That was a really slow door.
Okay. Yeah, try not to flash the light.
Okay, I got you.
It could stay like you got it, but try not to
Can you shut the door again?
Somebody slammed the door down. Not slammed it, but shouldn't it? And y'all apologize, I can't read all your comments because my eyes are bad.
You like to slam those doors, don't you?
Oh, what I was saying, make sure you just give like 30 seconds or so between each.
Yeah. All right. Oh,
There it is.
there it is.
There we go.
Thank you. Thank you. Holy
I don't
crap.
know what that is. That could be a possible wind squeak. It possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, we got.
That sounded like a door slam, though, to me.
No, this was a door slam, but I'm
Yeah.
talking about
That other high
thing.
creep thing.
That might be some type of wind squeak because the wind is blowing outside. We know it's not actually blowing the doors though, because it's not.
I hear something coming from the other side.
And something was walking over here, buddy. I don't know.
Okay. Let me see it over here.
I did.
Oh, it's pitch black.
I know, but I can't see nothing.
You heard that?
Yes. Another noise that sounded like it.
It's like really intense right now.
Who are you?
Okay, let's go back to the questions. It may be like when you're, you know what I mean, like. Okay, let's try to carry on.
Okay.
I mean, we can hold our positions, but let's see what, if we can, are you still here with us?
Can you come touch that red light again?
Can you give me some door activity?
Yeah, the energies are really strong.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all heard that, right?
Yep.
Yes, wait a minute. Wait a minute, on the fourth floor, because it's so flippin' active. Angie's on Periscope. Good job. There we go.
Good job. Well done. We hear you. We hear you. Well, howdy, neighbor. I feel you near.
Do you enjoy us communicating with you? No, you don't. We're enjoying your company, even though we're a little tucked down.
Oh
There
shit!
goes the door.
Yeah, the same.
Oh, there goes something else.
Yeah, that was a lot of activity right there.
Yeah, there was something coming. That was coming pretty
It's coming
fast.
from
down
both
the
ways,
small-
yeah.
Both ways. Both ways.
No, both ways.
Both ways.
I think
That's
I-
why I started pulling Lisa over here out of the way.
That's wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like it was something running. I don't fucking know.
You ready for us to get out on the 4th floor? We'll go visit the 3rd floor.
That was coming at us from both directions.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's. I think I could use a break.
Smoke break.
I could use a pee break. For those watching live, we're going to log off the 4th floor. We have had a ton of activity here. It's been absolutely buzzing. We've got doors slamming. We got bats flying at us. We got all kinds of stuff happening here. So we're going to shut down. Thank you for watching. We're going to go to the 3rd floor, try to get some more activity. Hang in there. Have a good night, and we're going to try to do the same.
Mike said we are on 5 and moving to 3.
This is,
Who's got a bright flashlight?
y'all all shine. Yeah, look.
Wow.
Wow. God, that's deep.
It's much deeper than it looks, actually.
Yeah. It's
And what's that down there on the bottom?
the gate.
The gate,
There's a
okay.
gate so that nobody can come in and join
Now,
you.
is there plastic on the gate right now? For noise?
I
We're going down there.
think
so-
there might be
Okay.
plastic on it. I'm not sure. I can't see it from the outside,
Okay.
but I think there might be.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right.
Enjoy. Oh, one more quick thing. While you're in here, at least once, turn off all your lights. There's some light anomalies that happen in here that are really part of my favorite things that happen here. There's a little, it looks like a bright blue or a whitish light. It'll come up the walls and get really close to you.
Okay.
Usually won't come all the way up, but just, my favorite thing to do is just sit right here on the stairs in the dark and watch it.
Okay.
So, oh, listen, just in time.
Is that rain?
Yeah, that's really a lot of rain.
Oh, no, and you got to go back and you left your jacket inside. I'm sorry. Man, it's coming down.
It happens up here a lot, sadly.
Oh, Lord.
So, y'all going down?
How many bodies do you think went down this shoot? Guesstimate.
Probably, what we've come up with is roughly 20,000 people.
Oh, my God. We're in the Body Shoot Live here on Facebook at the Waverly. This is where tens of thousands of bodies were brought to be, unfortunately, disposed. Unbelievable.
They would actually go down this side, there was a track system, and there were 2 orderlies who would escort each body. I did enough work out here, I don't know what it's like, but I really get a good workout here. In summertime, we're shoots, and everybody's like, the calves are like still. Yeah. Archie by Waverly Hills. And you can also see shadow people out the bottom sometimes if you're.
Yeah, that's what I'm a little. I noticed something. I don't know if I'm seeing things or.
Open it up here on semi.
Well, no, I just want to try it there.
Yeah.
You want to get mine out. George, do you want to take two or anything?
You will sometimes hear noise back in this elevator. Probably the most notable thing, I don't remember which of you asked me what was the scariest thing that's ever happened to me earlier, but I was in here one night with 8 people. We were standing right here just like I am with you guys, and something caught my eye back there, and I looked back, and I saw a gentleman wearing a white coat. Standing there.
Wow.
Didn't see any feet. All I saw was from the bottom of the coat up. And I called out, and I asked the people with me, did somebody leave us? I was like, quick head count, no, we're all here. I called Miss Tina, I said, did you come in a body shoot or something? No. You know I wouldn't do that. We've got people in there. 2 of the people in the group saw him too. And when he went to turn, when I addressed, hey, what's going on? He did what looked like a military turn. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Like a really sharp turn going that way. Wow. I booked it up there, nothing. Couldn't see him anywhere. He was just gone. Wow. Okay.
Once again, if you guys lost reception, we are in the body chute here at Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Kentucky. This is a chute where they would take people down for unfortunate disposal. And, tens of thousands of people have died over the years at this hospital. And this is the way that they were brought out. This tunnel system, which I'll try to show you. If you can see in here, it's just unbelievable. There's an anarchy symbol on the wall. Thank you. We're going to need it.
So I'll be down in the laundry room this door going out of here, I'll lock it. Please just lock it back when you leave.
Yeah, we'll take care of it.
Now listen, hear the rain now.
Yeah, you were just saying you were leaving and it's coming down.
I really need to go put wood in this stove.
Mad Max says on the wall.
Yeah, did you hear me about the signatures that are on here? I don't know if you heard me or not.
No.
There are actually some initials and years. Yes. Okay. Because the employees actually use this during inclement weather to come to work. And we found one just a minute ago. Where was that? They're all over. They're all up down the walls. But a lot of them put a date with their initials. It's just really cool.
This is crazy, though, if you think about it. It's like goes bump in the night. Thank you. We're going to need it. If you're just joining us again, we are in the body chute here at Waverly Hills Sanatorium. And it's spooky as all can be. I sat down and I got a low signal. So hopefully I don't lose anybody. We are locked in the body chute here at Waverly. We're going to be here for a little while. It goes on and on and on. We've got some of our investigators down at the bottom right now. Bless their souls. Because it's a long way to come out and a very steep drop. It is probably a 40-degree angle all the way down there. It's going off. We got some activity.
Y'all see that? The device in the middle of, I can't remember, the periscope went off.
It lit up pretty good.
You're not at the bottom yet? Good Lord.
Just be careful. That's a long run up if somebody's chasing you. What makes it even more eerie is the pounding rain outside on this place. You can probably see it really good lit up right now because yeah.
Are you at bottom?
You okay? Oh, Lord. That is far.
Gotcha.
It looks like you're in Guam.
I lost the signal. Are you getting signal?
I'm back on a signal, but if I take 2 or 3 steps down there, I lose signal. Okay. Again, though, for those watching live, we're in the body chute here in Waverly. This is where the bodies were taken down to be disposed of. There's a train track system on the other side of the bottom of this, which would carry off tens of thousands of patients with tuberculosis. This is one of the largest tuberculosis hospitals in the United States, and it's been open since the late 1920s. And the place is massive, and it's also massively haunted. If you've been watching our earlier videos, we were on the 4th floor, and we were just literally, it seemed like we were under attack. Doors slamming, chains rattling, babies crying, bats flying. It was an adventure, to say the least. I've never been in a place with this much paranormal activity ever. It's extraordinary. Wouldn't you say it, guys? I've never been in anything like this. I mean, it felt like we were in a war zone for an hour on the 4th floor, and the 5th floor was crazy enough. We were having all kinds of activity on the 5th floor. We went down to the 4th. The 4th is the most haunted floor by far. It was definitely an adventure. So we don't know what to expect from this. But again, we've got a couple of investigators at the very bottom of this chute, and we'll see what comes out of it.
You okay down there? Oh, you ready to go dark?
You ready to go dark? Okay, dark and quiet. Yep.